All right, good morning, everyone. Congratulations on qualifying for the 2024 Prep Championship Series. Great job getting your sections done. It was a little bit of a wild ride again this year with weather, but congratulations on being crowned as your section championship. And we're looking forward to being at Target Field as pictured here on Monday the 17th. That is our only date that we have at Target Field, but we'll talk about that later here. Our agenda for today, you're going to hear from myself. You're going to hear from Laura. We'll get to the seating. I know that's what you're all waiting for, but we just want to offer you the best opportunity and the best experience for your student athletes and yourself. In order to do so, we have to take care of a lot of business on the front end to do so. So want to upfront thank our quarterfinal sites and semifinal sites for the work that they'll do along with our consolation sites. That information will be available. You'll hear from our tournament managers in those different venues as well after the meeting today. It is being recorded. We'll send it back out to you. So we'll get to the seating at the end, but right now I'm going to turn it over to Laura from our office here to talk all things on resources for you, including the website. Laura?
Thanks, Bob, and good morning, everyone. We did wake up to an unavailable MSHSL website this morning. Our web hosting company is working on that as we speak, and we're expecting it to be back up shortly. So I'm going to share a number of resources with you, and please know that if for some reason we are not up shortly, we will continue to share things with you via email, with your spectators via social media, etc. A reminder, coaches and ADs, that the information that you need to prepare for the tournament from your roles is on your dashboard. On your dashboard, you will find a large blue button like the picture of number 1 with a link on it that says Sports and Activities or My Sports and Activities. That opens up like number 2, where you will see some blue bands for each of the sports that you coach or AD, each of the sports that your school has. And then finally, number 3, when you open up that band, that black arrow over on the far right side, that's where you're heading to find all of your state tournament resources. Shannon does a really nice job of emailing resources out to you, but also making sure that those all get placed here. So when you need to find those resources, they're all in one spot for you. And again, this is things that are aimed at coaches and ADs. The next slide that Shannon's gone to, this is the public side of the website. And again, there are some resources here for you, but this is also where you want to send your spectators. This is where they'll find information about preparing to and watching and observing the state tournament. The blue buttons underneath state tournament information include things like schedules, spectator guides, apparel links, streaming links, brackets, links to programs. And that list will grow as we move closer to the tournament. So again, as you're talking to your spectators, getting your families ready, this is your spot to send them to. Tickets for the state tournament can be purchased at mshsl.org/tickets. The prices for Thursday and Friday are $13 and $8 a day. We are using our ticket vendor, Hometown Ticketing, for all 4 of the sites on Thursday and Friday. Please know that those tickets can be downloaded, they can be printed, they can be showed on a phone. There are multiple ways that tickets can be both secured as well as presented at the gate. Our spectators are very happy when they've done that ahead of time and have those tickets ready to go rather than standing at the gate and trying to get them purchased there. So please help convey that message to your spectators. The next slide has the baseball apparel for this year. Signature Concepts is in their 2nd year with us, and they continue to do a great job. They are pushed in the spring like many of us are, with multiple tournaments happening at the same time. They will be on site at all sites on Thursday. They will be at CHS and Chaska on Friday, and then again at Target Field on Monday. So again, helping your spectators know that they can always purchase online. There is that additional shipping fee though online, so many people prefer that in-person purchase. All of the games will be streamed on our streaming partner, NSPN.TV. NSPN is a subscription model. $10 a month gets you all the games you can watch for a month, or $30 a year. Again, we have had a large number of scammers out there trying to imitate us, get people's information by saying that they are streaming our games. So please work with your communities. If they're not attending, do what you can to assist them in getting to that correct spot for the right streaming and knowing where they should go for that. And the last slide to share with you is a little bit of information about media. Again, this is not your role, but many in your communities come to you and say, I'm going to cover you at the state tournament. I'm ready to go. What do I need to do? So as you can, please assist them. We do have a page on our website underneath Who Are You Media that talks our media through all of the things that they need to do to get credentialed. And what we ask of you is that you simply send them to that spot and we will take it from there. The other piece of this is that we do offer a student media program for all of our team sports. So ADs, if this is something that would appeal to you, or you have those students with a faculty advisor who would be interested in covering your state tournament experience, ADs, that is for you to apply for them on their behalf. And you do that same thing underneath the Who Are You and media part. With that, Bob, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Great. Thank you very much, Laura. A couple things that Laura touched on. Number one, if you have that community member or grandparents or even great-grandparents that are struggling with online ticketing, this isn't new, right? Work with them, buy them ahead of time. If your parents can help their parents when you get to any of our venues, that will assist them in making sure that they have the tickets that they need to get into the venues with digital ticketing. Just greatly appreciating all of you and the information that you've already provided. Some of you we've had to remind more than once. That makes it difficult on Shannon's end, and we want to keep Shannon happy again to help you throughout this week. A couple of things that we need from you by tomorrow. We need that admittance form up to date, and that program info needs to be in or should already be in, but get that information in as soon as you can, especially that admittance form. We're here seating this morning. We'll be done here shortly, and just know that we're going to meet again next Saturday for those 8 teams qualifying for Target Field. I will let you know again, as I mentioned, the 17th is our only date at Target Field with the Twins homestand this year. We do have alternative venues if we have to use them on Tuesday, and let's hope we don't have to, but we do have a plan. We'll communicate that as soon as we can, but we're going to get our games in at Target Field to the best of our ability on that date, and the Twins are fully aware of that as well. All right, again, most of the information that you're going to see here is in your participation guides. Again, a couple things that's unique about having really 4 different venues or more than that when you take into account consolation. I think the biggest thing when it comes to St. Cloud is you're bringing your own water containers. Make sure that you have them there. They'll get them filled for you. But bring your own containers. That includes the consolation sites of Sauk Rapids and Sartell, and thank you for those venues as well. Otherwise, we'll have our water coolers at Chaska and Jordan along with cups. If you'd like to bring water bottles, you're welcome to do that. Should only be water in those dugouts. Again, if you have Gatorade or things like that, you can have individual bottles, but it should only be water. Same thing at CHS. As we get to CHS and as we get to Target Field, you know that they are very concerned about what is on their grass. Again, so it should be water only. Probably our most popular question is we do not have banquets again this year. We really haven't in baseball since we lost our tournament to COVID. So that we've worked with the Coaches Association on that as well to make sure that we're all on the same page, but there are no banquets for this year. Moving forward, again, thanks so much to our sections on providing champions I do watch some of our sections. I see pictures, I see videos, so on and so forth. Some of you are going to be surprised when you get to the state tournament on who can and cannot be in the dugout. There should be no surprises, right? Please make sure that when you come to your venues, you know who is in your dugout, and you also know that your student athletes, managers included, need to be fully eligible academically, code of conduct wise, chemical wise. Only eligible personnel are in your dugouts. You have 20 student athletes, you have 3 coaches on the bench in uniform, 2 student managers. All right. Those are students only for your student managers. You get 1 additional administrative representative in that dugout. Quite often that will be your pitch counter. They can be in uniform as well if you'd like. If you don't have your pitch counter, in your dugout, again, you can have that additional person in your dugout there. When you're warming up, that should be the same, right? I don't want to see other coaches coming onto the field to do your warm-ups. Again, this is a concern of our coaches that we're consistent in our tournaments. Many of you have been here before. If you haven't been, welcome. But again, you get your 20 student athletes, 3 coaches on the bench, 2 student managers, and 1 additional representative. You do need to make sure you're taking your pitch counts again. Continue to enter them into pitch count with a K as well following. Make sure you're doing your comparisons in between innings. Done a great job with pitch counts this year. Let's keep it up and make sure that we don't have any violations. Following the second quarterfinal game on each session, we will do a coin flip. If you wanted to have a representative there for the coin flip, you're welcome to do so. And they'll work with you on that. If you'd rather not and just want them to flip the coin for whoever's home, you can let them know that as well. Some will want to stay around and watch, others won't. We'll do so after the semifinals as well to determine those home teams. Each of you will get bag tags. Again, those that are at Target Field, that's provided by the Minnesota Twins. We greatly appreciate them as a partner. We also appreciate Wilson. They are the official ball, obviously. We will have the baseballs there with the A1010. You also get a bucket, and we'll provide that to you. You'll receive that when you arrive for your first game. Baseball coaches do a great job, our teams do as well, of taking care of those dugouts. No sunflower seeds in there. Pick up after yourself, and after that quarterfinal game, exit as soon as you can to allow that next team in there. Unless you're that last game, but pick up after yourself and make sure that you find it as you left it, if not better. All right, moving forward here. Again, just some things that we continue to see. I just got back actually last Tuesday from the national rules meetings in Indianapolis around baseball. Baseball's in good shape, but we do see some behaviors in other parts of the country, and we want to avoid those here. Always respect your umpire and umpires. And I'll make sure that if you want to speak with them, that you're speaking with them, have that conversation, and please respect them at all time. 4A side, when we're at CHS, your spectators should sit behind your dugouts. We do not want students behind home plate. Your student section should be behind your dugouts. Do not forget your admin rep that will be there. Again, if you need any help from a game manager, just let us know. Start thinking about all tournament teams. If you are selected for an all tournament team or one of your athletes, we're going to ask them back to Target Field. You'll get a phone call from a representative of our Coaches Association to assist you, but you may have someone on that all tournament team that may not be in that game on Monday, the 17th, that will be invited back. All right, we'll keep going here, Shannon. Again, you're going to get by Monday, if not earlier, hometown ticketing. We'll send you tickets. Those are 4 comp tickets. Those are intended for supervision, things of that nature for your school, and utilize those. And please make sure that you know that you have them and you get 4. If you have any other questions or concerns, work with the tournament manager from your site, and we'll do our best to assist you. All right, moving forward here. Again, our 4A manager will be Ricky Michael, Dale Welter at Chaska, Roger Wilson for 2A up in St. Cloud, and Emmett Keenan at 1A. And then Tom Grubman, we'll see you with Ricky Michael down at Target Field. If you have any questions moving forward here, and we'll take questions again at the end. But at this time, we're going to move into the seating. Thank you for getting that information to us this morning. What I will do is I'm going to announce from Class A. We'll start with Class A. We'll move our way all the way to the end at 4A. Then I'm going to come back and give you your game time. Again, we'll get that information back out to you either by email or through the website on the dashboard as that website gets back up to speed and becomes available. So at this time, Shannon, anything I'm missing? Otherwise, we're going to get into the seating.
I think we're good.
All right, so starting with Class A, our 5 seed. Our 5 seed for Class A is New York Mills. They will play 4 seed Springfield. Shannon's going to watch me here to make sure I have this right. 5 seed New York Mills versus 4 seed Springfield. Our 3 seed Lyle Pacelli will play Sacred Heart. Lyle Pacelli versus Sacred Heart. 2 seed Parker's Prairie. Parker's Prairie will play Heritage Christian Academy. Again, Parker's Prairie is the 2 seed versus Heritage Christian Academy. And our 1 seed Cherry will face Lacaparo Valley. Troy Erdahl from St. Anthony, head coach and AD, did assist us with seating this morning prior to. Want to thank Troy for being here as well. I'll come back and I'll share game times following our seating. Our AA seeds, 5 seed Zumbrota Mazeppa versus 4 seed Foley. Again, Zumbrota Mazeppa versus Foley. Our 3 seed Perham versus LeSueur. 3 seed Perham versus LeSueur. Our 2 seed is Rockford. Rockford will face Blake. 2 seed Rockford versus Blake. And our 1 seed in AA is Esco. Esco will face Montevideo. Again, the 1 seed is Esco versus Montevideo. We do have a proposal from baseball, like many of our other team sports, that we will seed 1 to 8 starting next year. I see no reason why the board will not approve that, but just know this will probably be our last year of random draws. So heading into 3A, our 5 seed is Little Falls. Little Falls versus 4 seed Totino Grace. Our 3 seed is Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi versus Northfield. Again, 3 seed Mahtomedi versus Northfield. Our 2 seed Mankato East will face Grand Rapids. Again, 2 seed Mankato East versus Grand Rapids. And our 1 seed Benilde St. Margaret's versus St. Thomas Academy. Again, 1 seed BSM versus St. Thomas Academy. On to our 4A, Class 4A. 5 seed Mounds View. 5 seed Mounds View will face 4 seed Minnetonka. Mounds View versus Minnetonka, 5 versus 4. Our 3 seed Eastridge versus Eastview. Again, Eastridge as our 3 seed versus Eastview. Our 2 seed is Farmington. 2 seed Farmington versus Forest Lake. And our 1 seed, Wayzata versus St. Cloud. Again, 1 seed, Wayzata versus St. Cloud. Carl, I believe you're on here from St. Cloud. If you would stay on after this meeting for a moment too, just need to talk to you quickly. Couple things here. We have some questions. I'm going to go into the chat, Shannon, just to make sure that we have them. Coming off of our national rules meetings, we'll have clarification for next year. Reminder that we do allow one-way communication. Devices, if you're using one-way communication, can only be used for one-way communication. So they cannot have the capability of a two-way communication device according to current NFHS rules. Make sure that if you're using one-way communication, it's only from the dugout to that catcher and only has the capability of one-way communication. Question on the game balls. Yes, Wilson will be providing those. We'll have an ample quantity at each site. Thank you, Mike Smith. No seat at all venues in the dugouts. That is correct. Keep the seeds out of the dugouts, please. CHS target field, no spikes for warmups. Check your participation guides on that. You need to wear either tennis shoes or turf shoes. Bus drivers was a question there, I think, Shannon. Bus drivers will be admitted, and they will not need to use one of your comp tickets. Bus drivers are admitted. They can go right to the pass gate or the front entrance as well. Looks like you answered that one already, Shannon. I apologize for that. Otherwise, that's it for me. Shannon, anything I was to anybody in the meeting with questions that they might have.
Bob, Matt Radnick here.
Yep, go ahead, Matt.
I just got a quick question. I talked to Shannon yesterday. She can we go from Faber Field to Dick Putz with the same tickets or not? Because we're probably a lot of our fans will hopefully, they've asked me about watching Perham play because Perham plays at Dick, the Class AA. Can we go from one site to the other, or would they have to purchase tickets at both sites if they were going to watch those games?
No, you should be able to get in, as Shannon is shaking her head. You should be able to get in there as well.
She told me about the wristband thing, so that's good. I just wanted to double check. So I know some fans have asked me about that, and I wanted to make sure we clarified it with them.
Yeah,
Very good.
Matt,
Thanks,
your
Matt.
ticket's an all-day ticket, so that's
Yeah.
for the wristband. So you can come in and out. So if your fans wanted to go to the car, something like that, and come back in, they just need the wristband and they can go watch the
Right, but they can go to the other field is what I'm asking. They can-
Correct. Yep, those wristbands are good
perfect.
there. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to read game times. I didn't do that, Shannon. I'll go back to game times. Any other questions? CHS, you can wear your cleats during the game, but you're warming up with turf shoes and or tennis shoes. All right. Let's go back to game times here, starting with Class A. The 10:30 a.m. game will be Heritage versus Parker's Prairie, the 2 seed. 1 o'clock game, Sacred Heart versus 3 seed Lyle Pacelli. Lacaparo Valley, 3:30 versus Cherry. 5 seed New York Mills versus 4 seed Springfield at 6 p.m. Shannon's checking me to make sure I have these right. 2A Blake versus Rockford at 10 a.m. LeSueur versus Perham at 12:30. Montevideo versus Esco at 3 o'clock. And Zambroda Mazeppa at 5:30 versus Foley. Yes, we do stagger those times a little bit at St. Cloud for the grounds crew and for those in attendance. 3A 10 a.m. game, Grand Rapids versus Mankato East. Northfield versus Montemita at 12:30. St. Thomas Academy versus Benilde St. Margaret's at 3 p.m. And Little Falls versus Totino Grace at 5:30. Again, that's 3A. 4A, Forest Lake versus Farmington at 10 a.m. Eastview versus East Ridge at 1 p.m. St. Cloud versus Wayzata at 4:30. That is the correct time. CHS likes a little more time to prepare for game 3. And then Mounds View versus Minnetonka at 7:30, and that'll be at CHS. You'll have that posted again. Again, work on getting that information in. Otherwise, we'll ask you, if there are no further questions, to go ahead and exit the meeting. We'll work with Carl here before we leave today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Can't wait to see you next week. And looking forward to some great baseball. Thank you again.